Good evening. After months of loss, separation, fearfulness, and a world not many of us recognise, some unambiguously good news today. Assuming safety approval, the first vaccination against COVID in Scotland is expected to be delivered next month, with hopes that 1 million people will be vaccinated by the end of January. The Health Secretary told MSPs that distributing the vaccine would be one of the biggest civilian logistical challenges in our lifetime. 2,000 staff will prioritise the elderly and health and social care workers. Our health correspondent Lisa Summers has more. Our health correspondent Lisa Summers joins us now. At last. Lisa, some good news. Indeed. Some cheerful, festive decorations behind Lisa there in Edinburgh, and the First Minister is hoping to announce next week whether we'll be allowed to celebrate Christmas with other households. Officials from the UK's 4 nations are putting together proposals which could allow families to come together in very limited numbers for several days. But the trade-off might be more restrictions for every day of comparative freedom. David Cowan reports.
It is.
2 Scottish universities have unveiled plans to begin the mass testing of students for coronavirus from the end of this month before they head home for Christmas. Around 80,000 students are expected to leave Scotland's universities and colleges for the winter break. Edinburgh and St Andrews will offer the tests from the 30th of November. Our reporter Andrew Anderson joins us from St Andrews. So St Andrews and Edinburgh, Andrew, they're the first off the blocks here. A survey of Scottish opinion suggests the public think the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is handling the pandemic far less effectively than the First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon. The ratings are from a new poll carried out for BBC Scotland by Ipsos Mori. With the details, here's our chief political correspondent, Glenn Campbell. Consumer rights experts are advising Christmas shoppers to be cautious if they buy gift cards and vouchers as presents this festive season, as the pandemic continues to cast doubt over the future of retail chains. There are fears that vouchers gifted during the Christmas period could expire unused, especially if a company runs into financial trouble. Our Consumer Affairs correspondent Nick Sheridan reports. Potential parents considering adoption should be given a full education about fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, according to those providing adoption services. It's the result of exposure to alcohol in the womb and affects between 3 and 5% of children and adults across all areas of society in Scotland. But the numbers of those affected in the adoptive community are disproportionately high, with maternal alcohol misuse being one of the many reasons that children are taken into care. Katrina Renton reports.
They found it.
The deal is signed and £251 million is what it should be worth to Ayrshire. And that's all of Ayrshire, taking in its 3 councils. This is the latest targeted investment for a local area, jointly financed by the UK and Scottish governments. Aileen Clark has been finding out what's planned for the coast and communities.